What's up, guys? So Nintendo's here. Today we're going to be doing the follow-up video to the last one. If you didn't see it, it'll be linked somewhere, probably down in the description or at the end of the video if you just wait. But yeah, so anyways, basically I bought a Japanese DS Lite to complete a mod that I'm doing right now. So to swap the buttons for this and that, so I can have like mismatched colors basically for 3 different DSs that I have. But before we get started, I wanted to bring to the attention that I totally forgot to mention a pivotal part to the decision-making process in the last video, which was my brother, who was actually the one who came up with the idea. His YouTube name is A Lowly Slime. Let's see. So that's his thing, and he was actually the one who originally came up with the idea to do it when I was talking about the buttons, and I showed him the pink one, and I was like, it doesn't look so great with the black buttons. He was like, just buy a white one, and then do white on pink, and he basically was the one who fully came up with that idea, and I just kind of was like, yeah, that seems about right, and just kind of decided to use it. But I totally forgot to mention it. I totally just sidetracked it in the last video, but he brought that to my attention in a comment, actually, so I figured I'd just give him the shout out and just give the credit where it's due, because he was actually the one who decided. You'll probably be seeing him in some extra videos, too, that I got coming up. We did, like, a Mario Kart video. It'll probably be up sometime soon, and then you'll be seeing him later too in the videos. Maybe even physically you'll see him. The other one, the Mario Kart, obviously he's not on screen, but you might actually see him in the flesh in the future. But anyways, guys, without any further ado, let's just get right into it, because I'm ready to get this thing started. Alright guys, so first things first, these little pads that sit on here, they have to be taken off because in order to get to those screws inside there. But these were really dirty when I first got this, and I just used some alcohol, cleaned them off. Alcohol is the, tech gamer's best friend when it comes to cleaning. If there's smudginess, it was disgusting. I even did a little bit of a number on these. They look like they could use a little bit more of a scrubbing. I'm going to take them off, probably do a little bit of a treatment after I've got them isolated, and then see how I can get them. But anyways, let's jump right in. I've got 2 heads here. My, tri-wing and my regular just Phillips. Whenever you're doing something like this, it's good to make sure you've got a box or something nearby, or some sort of place where you can set your screws so you can keep them, well, basically, so you know what they are. I guess you're not messing up and, mixing up a little bit. So let's see, first thing, we'll grab the Phillips and jump right in, take the battery part off. This keeps giving me trouble. It gave me trouble last time when I was opening it too. Take the battery out. Can't get this out. It's a tight bastard. Jesus Christ. This must be like an aftermarket one. No, it says Nintendo on it. I wonder why it feels so tight on this bad boy. Maybe it's never been taken out. It kind of feels like this system, when I pulled these off specifically too, they're like really sticky on the bottom, like they just had never been touched or been moved. So you never know. Okay, and then we got some more Phillips under here. These do kind of look brand new too, like they've never been handled. I'm going to set these over here. I've got a little spot set aside. And then these 2 under here are Phillips also. The rest you're going to be dealing with on the back are tri-wing. Funny thing too, this one that you take out, where is it? Right here. It actually holds down the board as well. There should be 2 that hold down the board. When I got the pink one, it was actually missing one. So it was just had this one. It didn't have the other one that holds down the board. So yeah, those tri-wings look kind of like fresh, like they'd never been touched. So I guess we'll see what this looks like on the inside. Oh, just as a precaution too, pull out this stuff. As you can see, I've got all my black peripheral type things sitting right here. Wow, that's really tight. Like they never played a GBA game on this thing once. I don't even know. Sometimes these things, they don't get, oh my god. I have to get it. Keep your tri-wings separated. Like I said, if you don't have one of these, or if you're getting into this kind of stuff, definitely get one of these little leather packs. This is what I got, It's got all sorts of stuff. It's good for, if you want to get into iPhones or anything like that too. Basically everything that you might want to, except for, I guess there's some things that may be missing. But oh, and of course this one. I talked about this last time. This one right here is super crucial, and my first time ever taking one of these apart, I totally forgot about that, and I was like, whoops, and I almost cracked the shell. It's a tiny little black one. Helps you to differentiate it. Now, with these triggers, They're spring loaded, so good thing you might want to do whenever you do something like this. It's good to just get this apart and then just push up from the screen. I did get every screw right, yeah. Hold those triggers down, because they might want to bounce off, and then if you lose your spring, well, then you're screwed, so. Oh, there we go, we already got stuff falling out, so. Didn't lose anything, there's the screw. Little pivot joist thing that it sits on. Pull those out. Now here's our bottom piece. We already got the volume slider that just fell out. That's actually a pain in the ass to get out on its own, so lucky that it fell out without any trying, strangely enough. Now this one too, the power is a bit of a pain in the ass to get out. Okay, that kind of sounded bad, like I broke something, but no, it's all good. Alright, so there's our bottom shell. Not too much there. There's really nothing housed in there except for those little button pieces and whatever else, so this looks pretty. It's still got its screw over here. Looks pretty good. Doesn't look damaged or anything. The board looks nice. We'll take this button out. Keep the screw on that one. Actually, no. So I'm gonna go and do a little bit of a quick scrub on these, and I'll come back when I got them to my liking. We'll see how if they clean up or if they don't. Alright, so after giving them some treatment here, they're not perfect. They're probably never going to come back from that slight discoloration they've gotten. They're obviously not perfect white, but I got most of the grime and stuff and the sludge that was on there off, so not too bad. Really can't complain more. You know, these are good. These are to my liking. They don't have that same brownish sludginess going on, looking kind of as they did when I first opened it, so yeah, I can't even complain. Honestly, it all looks awesome, so this should make for a good transplant. Not too many issues. Gotta grab that screw off the board. Now, if you ever watch other people, or if you ever, people will tell you how to do this, they'll make a point that you gotta, take this one off and thread it under there, and take the other, piece out of there, and take it from, basically the wires, these two wires, they have to be detached from the board if you want to do a full teardown, but for something like this where you're just doing buttons or something, you really don't have to do that. There's an easy method to just get right around it. But if you just lightly pick it up like this and push the screen back, you can just fold it over real easily without having to do any damage or having to do much extra work. You can easily pull those back, and now we've got access to pretty much all of our buttons. Oh, these feel real, like they've never been taken off. They're so sticky and wow. Those are the rubber membranes, that's what makes it able to basically register a button press. Now, you may have heard other people talk about this, or if you've never watched anything like this, then you'll know, or you won't know, but these actually have like their own custom little like chiseled pieces on the side, so they'll always fit in exactly how they should be. You won't have to worry about like, oh, is that X? I'm putting X in the right spot, just basically you could just drop it in any one of these and just, it'll either work or it won't work. You see, like, it's not gonna work because that's not its spot. So, got all those, get our start, and select. Alright, and now, to be perfectly honest, the fact is that with this system, what I want to do is put the white screen onto the pink, because I really just want the pink with the white buttons. I don't really care so much for this white body. It's kind of dirty. So I'm going to take this screen off here. This is the ribbon cable which connects it to the board. You have to snap this black part up. And then you just slide that out. This one kind of feels either never been opened or freshly refurbished or something. So pop that off. Next thing we gotta do is just take off the digitizer part, to connect it to the touchscreen. So it's a little bit tighter getting in under here because there's another clip. So pop that one up. This one's real tiny, so just kind of get in there with something precise. Just pull that off there. Now at this point we should have a free floating screen that we can just pop off here. Beautiful. full. Looks nice. So, nice and easy modular takeoff of that screen. We'll set that aside. And we'll throw our black buttons in here. And then let's throw our rubber membranes back on. So, basically this DS is going to be without a screen. Until I get a new screen, I honestly don't see much of a point in rebuilding this, so I'm just going to put it like this. Fold this over and keep it collected. That looks pretty keen right there with those black buttons. And I'm just going to throw that aside because I'm not going to be doing anything with that until I buy a screen. So these black pieces will not really matter. Now, moving on to the pink. So I've already got this one disassembled, obviously. And just do the same thing. We'll fold over the screen. Now we're going to do our screen replacement. So same as last time. Pop this. Fold this. Alright, there we go. Finally got that piece pulled off, so we'll pull our little baby. This is going to be one of the most annoying ones, putting it back onto this digitizer one, because it's a real pain in the ass. But it won't be too hard. So now this screen is donezo. This screen is busted, and it kind of looks like it has seen better days, looks a little bit abused. So now we're going to throw our white screen in there. This is going to look interesting too, because it's going to have a white background as comparable to the, well, you know, the other background. So, or what is it, pink. So, first things first, we'll pop this one in, make sure it's real good. Pop that down. So now we got the LCD part of it plugged in. We gotta move on to the digitizer. This is the annoying part, like I said. Okay, now we got the digitizer in, we got everything good to go. Should be good. Look at that, that's gonna look keen. That white on there. Alright, now before we can do anything else, obviously, I'm jumping the gun a little bit here. We're gonna have to put our buttons on. Oh, that was quick. Same as before, throw these back on, your rubber membranes. Your screen's ready to go back in. Gotta pull that up, make sure everything's all goodsy. Let's go ahead and put our little screws back on, with our Phillips, of course. Now, the most annoying part is putting these goddamn triggers back on there. Because what you gotta do, first of all, is put this little pillar on here. And then you gotta put the spring, like, onto here. Wait, let's see which one. Okay, well, this is the right one. But you gotta put the spring into here so it'll, you can bend it down, because it's like supposed to hold on to this certain tension point right here. So that's the most annoying part. Oh, Jesus. Alright, so now it's down. Okay, we'll do the other one first and then I'll try to attach. So you gotta put it in place, and you see this little metal piece right there. And you just gotta fold that back into this position. And it's gonna hold the tension for, you know, when you feel your trigger clicking. That's what it's coming from. It's coming from a spring. Alright, everything's good on that, so before we do all the reattachment, I'm just going to do the surgery of these parts. So let's see, volume or power, a little bit of practice, you can just get them in there. Kind of have to wedge it in. There's the power, and then volume will go like that. So wedge it in there like that. So now we got both of our things in here. This is basically everything we're going to want. Let's go ahead and attach our springs. So, okay, there's one, and it feels like it's going to bounce back at any minute. And there's two. So, now, both the springs are held in place. Everything looks good. And then here comes, we're ready to put this back on. But this is the most crucial part of everything when it comes to doing a DS. You gotta make sure these buttons, these things like the slider, you see if it's going on here, the slider for this is all the way over to the right. So, or my right, your left, probably technically. So,
We're gonna wanna put this fully over to that side, same side, line it up. And this one's just gonna be down because that's how it goes. If you don't line these buttons up with how the switch is sitting inside there, you will snap them off, and that's not gonna be fun for anyone. So, all right, now we've got all this, and we are ready to throw these screws back in on the rest of it. So, oh, also, before we continue, because we did do a screen change, it's always good to pop a battery in. All right, pop that in. And we got it working. So our screen change totally worked. Everything looks good. The buttons look pretty. I'm gonna turn that off and we'll, oh God, it wants me to do setup. Turn that off. So everything's good to go on our screen. And then, on our everything, we've got all our buttons in. Now all we gotta do, obviously, is rebuild the rest of it. So throw our screws back in. Let's see. And then we'll throw the rest of our Phillips back in here. The ones that go on the top are the yellow ones. They have this weird yellow color, like they've just been sitting around rusting. And then, of course, oh God, I forgot. Back to the Y in the top, where your DS cartridges will slide in for your pleasure. Not that kind of pleasure. Try not to strip it, but make sure it's in there pretty good. All right, now the last thing to do is throw that battery pack on. All right, voila. Oh wait, whoops. Voila. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. A fully custom white and pink modded DS Lite. Now I've got the white and pink and the black and pink. So black and pink, pink and white. I love this pink and white. I honestly really love the way that this screen looks, and it's great because, you know, I needed to change out the screen anyways. Sadly, this one, he's donezo, so just we'll get rid of that. But this guy looks beautiful. Do one more test on it just to show that it's fully functioning. If you do everything properly, your DS will turn on and it'll be ready to go. It doesn't have enough for my name. Overall, a very satisfying mod for that price, for the price point and everything, and it really pops. The only thing is it's a little bit of scumminess right there. I guess there's really not much you can do about that, but yeah.
Maybe you guys learned something. You know, you can apply this to your own mods if you want to try and do something in the future, if you know you're into the DS Lite or whatever. But yeah, I've now officially got two very nicely modded custom color DS Lites. I used to like the black with pink better, but honestly I'm kind of liking the pink on the white now. It pops, it really pops. It's got that kind of bubblegum pop look, you know, like kind of like sweet and nice, you know. This one's kind of got a dark omniscience about it. This one's just kind of like, yeah, let's have fun. And it's got very nice screens. Thankful to that white one, which, you know, supplied this awesome background too. Which is one thing that I really wish, ultimately, I could have used the pink on here. But that screen obviously is busted. So, yeah. Hope you guys liked the video. Hopefully you had a good time, had some fun. I certainly had fun doing this, and I gained something out of it. So, win-win for me. Awesome time. So if you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. And there should be some links on the screen that'll come up. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. If you have any ideas or whatever, questions, if anybody actually cares, you know, go ahead and send them in to me. And yeah, I'll explore those. Don't have much else to do. And if I have any of my own personal projects coming along, I will definitely put them on video for you guys to follow along with. Yeah, anyways, guys, have a great one. I will see you later.